Virtual summits are one of the easiest, highest converting affiliate promos out there. They're free for your audience, they're packed with value, and they're loaded with back end commission potential. And the best part is that you don't even have to be a speaker to be successful as an affiliate. So in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how to promote virtual summits as an affiliate, even if your name isn't on the agenda, and turn them into some serious revenue for your business. If you're ready to take your affiliate program and your business to the next level, well, you're in the right place. I'm Matt McWilliams, best-selling author and 4-time Affiliate Manager of the Year, and I've built dozens of affiliate programs from the ground up to over $1 million a month. I'm here to show you how you can do it too. Let's get started. Listen, I love virtual summits. I have been a part, I've spoken at probably 100 to 150 over the past, 7 or 8 years, 9 years. I've done, almost as many virtual summits as I have podcast interviews. And I love them because they're quick and easy to promote. They are some of the lowest effort, highest reward affiliate promos you can do. And sometimes I'll send, 1 or 2 emails and I'm done, maybe 3, and I make a ton of money, and it's the promotion is so easy. So here's the thing, you get to be the hero to your audience. Right? You're giving your followers access to something incredibly valuable completely for free. Because most virtual summits, if they're done right, they're free for people to just register. And then they'll have an early upsell, like a VIP pass where your people can get special access. Maybe it's special Q&A or they get the recordings, they get more out of the experience, whatever it is. They get access to like a special session. And then there's the back end offers. There's the courses, the memberships, that kind of thing that bring in some serious commissions just for promoting something for free. And like I said, I've promoted a bunch of these over the years. Usually, I think I've only promoted 1 or 2 as a non-speaker. But back in the day, I should say I've promoted like 1 or 2 in the last 7 or 8 years where I was a non-speaker. Back in the day, I promoted a few where I wasn't in the lineup. And the cool thing about that is, again, that I get to be the hero to my audience. Now, I've also helped thousands of affiliates promote who were not, actually, they weren't a part of the summit, but they promoted it. So if you're an affiliate manager, I want you to lean in for this, okay? In most virtual summits, 80% of the opt-ins and sales come from the speakers. But when we run summits, it's flipped. The majority, over 80% of all the leads and all the sales come from non-speaker affiliates. Okay, that's huge. Do not let that escape you. If you're an affiliate manager and you're running a virtual summit, you need to know that. And you need to run your affiliate program in a way that that's the result that you get. To put it bluntly, if the majority of your leads and your sales, your registrations and your sales come from your speakers, you are leaving an astronomical amount of money on the table. Yeah, the biggest 1 or 2 promoters probably are speakers, but the bulk of our success is non-speakers, regular affiliates. One summit we ran brought in over 124,000 registrations. Of those, a little bit less than 20,000 came from speakers. That's less than 20%. We had over 100,000 registrations came from affiliates who weren't on the virtual stage. And so that's why I'm so fired up about this episode. Whether you're an affiliate or an affiliate manager, we're going to show you how to turn virtual summits into big wins. So this interview was originally, it was a live lesson that I did for some of our members, right? So people who've paid. And I brought Robbie Miles from our team on to talk through exactly how to crush it with summits, even if you're not a speaker. So we cover a ton. We're talking about, why virtual summits still work. That's the big one. Like a lot of people are like, oh, virtual summits are dead. I've been hearing virtual summits are dead since 2017, every year. No. We had a client last year do one with over 100,000 people registered. I would say not dead, very much alive. We're going to talk about the subtle art, if you will, of giving versus asking in your promos. Giving versus asking. How to build long-term relationships with speakers. So this is an awesome place for you if you're a non-speaker to still connect with some of the speakers who are usually at a higher level than you. And then we're going to talk about a full email plan, a full promo plan that you can swipe and use for your next summit promotion. So this one is packed. Let's jump right in.
Hey, what's up, insiders? And I'm super excited this month to talk to you about how to promote virtual summits as a non-speaker affiliate. I think we all kind of understand how if we're a speaker for a virtual summit, if you've ever been fortunate enough to do that, it's a really cool experience getting to be a part of that audience and be one of the featured speakers. Promoting an event like that as a speaker, kind of easy. You know, hey, I'm speaking at this event and you should join it, right? But promoting them as a non-speaker affiliate, I'm going to share some of the ways and some tips for doing that coming up here today. So I'm joined today by Robbie Miles, as always. Robbie, welcome.
Hey, Matt. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So I'm going to share, first of all, we're going to start with, it's a backstage pass. So this goes back to a promotion that I did recently. Now, I was a speaker, but we're going to take those principles and extract them for non-speakers. A summit called the Monetize Your Genius Summit that we promoted. It was run by Daniela Nika. And we're going to take a PDF, by the way, for all of you. There'll be a PDF below this video of the email that we sent promoting that summit that you guys can use just to kind of get an idea of some of the ways that we promoted that. If you want like all of our emails like that we've ever sent for everything, for summits and other stuff, make sure, by the way, you go grab our ultimate affiliate swipe file. You can just go to affiliate swipe file. What is it? Affiliateswipefiles.com. Affiliateswipefiles.com. Make sure you go check that out and grab a copy of that. We'll send it to you for basically the cost of shipping for your first 30 days. And if you don't like it, then you send it back and we don't charge anything. And if you love it, then we'll charge you something. So, but not even close to what it's actually worth, because we've heard amazing things about this book. Some of you insiders already have the book and you know how awesome this is. So go check that out. So first of all, why are virtual summits great affiliate promotions? I first want to kind of overcome a myth that says that, well, summits are dead. Virtual summits are dead. Everybody and their grandmother's doing virtual summits. Okay, first of all, that's not true. That is simply not true. There's a lot of talk in the online marketing world about virtual summits, but that's because we're in the online marketing world. I can promise you, I call this the Target test. The reason I don't say the Walmart test is there's a certain connotation with Walmart. But if you go to Target, I feel like Target, at least when I've been there, is a pretty good cross-section of America. It's pretty average income. You get some higher income people. You get some CEOs shop at Target, and also school teachers shop at Target. Stay-at-home moms shop at Target, and automobile mechanics shop at Target. Like, it feels like everybody I know shops at Target. Not everybody I know shops at Walmart. And so the Target test, go into a Target, find 100 people, ask them if they've ever attended a virtual summit. Now, first of all, that'd be a really weird thing to do. But if you did it, I bet the most number that anybody would get that have ever attended a virtual summit would be 3. Probably 1 or 2. And in fact, if you asked 100 people 5 or more times, I bet on occasion you'd get 0 people. Most people have never even heard of a virtual summit, let alone attended one. And the same thing is true. Like, we've heard this throughout history about every new technology that's shown up on the internet. Email marketing is dead. I was hearing that one for email marketing is dead. If you go Google the phrase email marketing is dead, right? You will find articles all the way back to 2002, 2003 that say email marketing it's on its way out. Well, it's just dead. Really? You've been wrong for 18 years, 19 years, you're still saying the same crap, right? It's still the number one way to sell anything online. 15 to 20 plus years, people have been saying email marketing is dead, and it's still not. Well, now, about 5-6 years into the virtual summit craze, everybody's saying the same thing. Here's why it feels like there are so many virtual summits, why they're dead. You and I, Robbie, this applies to you. This is me, all of our insiders. We're hypersensitive to these types of things because we're in this world. We have friends who run a virtual summit. Maybe you spoke at a virtual summit. You've attended a virtual summit. You're thinking of running a virtual summit. You want to promote a virtual summit. You're on a lot of email marketers' lists, and one of them is doing a virtual summit or speaking and promoting at a virtual summit. The reality is, like I said, most of your audience has never even heard of a virtual summit, let alone attended one. So I just want to get that out of the way up front. Virtual summits are not dead. So I've got 5 reasons for you why virtual summits are a good affiliate promotion. Then we'll talk about some of the strategies. The first benefit to you, the first reason why I love promoting them as an affiliate, there's no hard sell. All we're trying to do, it's really, we talk about often in terms of promotions, there's gives and there's takes. When I say go buy this product, it kind of feels like a take. It has a take feel to it.
Even if you tell them how amazing the product is, it's still a take. You're like, here, I'm giving you all this value by getting this amazing product. Buy it. Yep. Like, that's still the key there, is you're asking something of them.
Yeah, even if it's go buy this product for $1 when it normally costs $100, it's still kind of, you're asking for a transaction. You're not asking for this at all. Like a typical virtual summit will have 20 to 30, maybe upwards of 50 amazing speakers. Many of them will be people that your audience has never heard of. Many of them will be people that your audience is dying to see. Like there'll be at least one like super recognizable speaker that your audience is like, oh my gosh, this person's on, right? They get to see them speak for free. A lot of times these people speak at events like this where there's 10, 20, 30 speakers. I think of like the Global Leadership Summit and things like that. I don't know how much that costs, $100 probably. Or to go see somebody deliver a keynote, you might pay $200 for dinner and a talk from them. And you get to see them for free. You don't have to pay a dime. So this is a total give. They don't have to pull out their wallet. They just have to register. Okay, so it positions you in the as just giving, and there's no hard sell. Secondly, there's super high value. I mean, this kind of ties in what I just said, right? Average virtual summit interview is probably about 30 to 45 minutes long. There are 30, 40, upwards of 50 speakers. Sometimes I think Claire Diaz-Ortiz, she had one that we ran many years ago. We ran the affiliate site called the Success Mentor Summit. She had 70 plus speakers. So she had 35 hours of amazing content that you got to offer as an affiliate. You can't tell me that giving your audience 35 hours of free content from thought leaders in the industry wouldn't be like insanely valuable to your audience. Of course it is. And as the affiliate, you're going to be the one that gets to share it with them. So that makes you the hero to your audience, which is great positioning. Third reason you should promote virtual summits, even if you're not speaking, there's multiple entry points because there's different topics and different speakers. Typically, one of the things I hear about, say, a book, for instance, and I love promoting books as an affiliate because I maybe will send like 2 emails. And I'm hoping to get affiliates for our book coming out, The Passion to Profit Path. Like we're going to be working a lot with some big affiliates. But there's only so many ways you can say, hey, go buy Matt's book. Go buy Matt's book. Hey, today, if you buy Matt's book, you get this. And tomorrow, if you buy Matt's book, you get, well, the same thing. And here's a book coming out and here's who it's for. Oh, did I mention who it's for? Go buy the book. Go buy the book. Go buy the book. I mean, like if I kept going much longer with that, you guys would all tune me out, right? That's how.
Yeah, I almost muted your mic.
I know. Like, go buy the book. Go buy the book. Go buy the book. Like you sound like a repetitive bird. It gets old. But with a summit, like there's different categories of speakers, right? You're going to have some big name speakers group with some lesser name speakers. And each group is going to be on a slightly different subtopic. So you got like your broader things. I'll use like Chandler Boltz. We ran his self-publishing success summit. There's like how to outline the book, how to write the book, how to get the book published, to self-publish it, how to market the book, how to use the book long-term as like a business card, right? And so each of these speakers is going to speak about some aspect of that subtopic. And so it gives you multiple entry points into the summit. You can talk about a specific speaker. Oh my gosh, Tony Robbins is speaking. Oh my gosh, Jeff Walker is speaking. Oh my gosh, Matt McWilliams. Okay, maybe not that one, but like you can talk about those things, right? Then you can send an email about the virtual summit as a whole. So you got one about a specific speaker, then one about the summit, like how amazing the whole thing is. Then another one's about a specific topic. Maybe another one is about a specific nugget that one speaker shared. Mm-hmm. Debbie Steinberg Kuntz is doing this with hers. She posted on Facebook the other day, we're coaching her on running her summit in our Your Affiliate Launch Coach program. And I saw it on Facebook and it was just like, dads, watch this one quick tip. And it was like I don't know if you saw that, Robbie. It was maybe a 4-minute video, that's something as an affiliate, you can be like, hey, this one tip for dads. And you can use that as an angle to promote in.
And that's a takeaway too, which I just love. It's like, as you're promoting it, you're giving while you're promoting another give. So like you had mentioned, like you're the hero to your audience. Yeah, the double give. It's a good feeling to be able to share those wins, especially when it's a nugget that they can have a quick win on their own.
Now that's super powerful. So you've got these multiple entry points. This is getting into the tips, but one of the tips here would be pick 3 or 4 speakers that maybe you have a personal connection with, meaning you might even know them. Maybe you used to work with them, or you were a client of theirs, or they were a client of yours, or you read their book, you took their course, you watched them on Oprah 7 years ago and it changed your life. And send an email specifically talking about that speaker. So you get to get personal. You get to help your audience see why this virtual summit is perfect for them to attend. So that's reason number 3. Reason number 4 is you can connect with the speakers. Many of the speakers of the summit are also going to be promoting it to their list. That means they will most likely be in the affiliate Facebook group. Not all the time, but many times they will. This allows you to connect with some of the all-stars in your industry. So like maybe you can get a podcast or get them on your podcast, right? Maybe you can get them to endorse a book. Maybe you can get them to come on your, do a Facebook Live with you. These are people you might have a hard time connecting with otherwise, but because you're both supporting my summit, you're able to connect in deeper ways. Some of the people, I think of Daniela. Daniela is going to be an insider profile. Why? Because I connected with her for her. Actually, this gets really deep. Okay, check this out. We both promoted a summit. That led to her promoting another summit for a client that made us quite a bit of money. Both being involved in that summit led to her reaching out to interview me to be on her summit, which exposed me to tens of thousands of people in her summit, which led to me getting to know her better, which led to me asking her to come do an insider profile. And we're going to do some other stuff together, partnerships together, all because we both were in a summit Facebook group together. So you can connect with these thought leaders. You can connect with these experts in the industry. Could have a huge impact on your business going forward if you do that rightly.
Now, not everybody has to do this whole summitception thing, which you just talked about, right?
Yeah.
Summits within summits. It's the Russian dolls of summits. Like, we don't know. Not everybody has to do that. Instead, like, just connecting with these people in the Facebook group is oftentimes enough to just take that next step, because you're promoting them a lot of times directly, and they appreciate that as well.
Yeah, I mean, here's some tips on that real quick. You're like, well, how do I connect with them? Number 1, compliment them on their presentation. When their presentation goes live Tuesday morning, be the first one in the Facebook group to say, oh my gosh, I just watched your presentation. Or if you got access to the speakers beforehand, which you should, so you can use them in your marketing. Oh my gosh, I just watched your, Robbie Miles, I just watched your presentation on how to use Nosby, how to use Nosby for task management. It was so good. Well, then Robbie's like, that's Joe Smith. I kind of like Joe now. He was complimentary, little things like that. If Robbie's in the Facebook group, he's a speaker and he posts something and says, my audience is loving this summit, just comment and say, mine too, Robbie. Isn't this thing awesome? Just interact with people, right? Be a human freaking being with them. It's not rocket science, but the little complimentary thing, that is one that is a little tactical there. So the 5th reason why the top promoters get invited to speak at the next one. All right. I will tell you right now, and this is not achievable for everyone where you may be at. If you promote a virtual summit, you're one of the top promoters. And I just mean like you're one of the top 2 or 3 non-speaker affiliates. Very likely you're going to be asked to speak at the next one. Very likely. And if you're not, you can certainly approach them about speaking, because now you have some leverage. Like I remember when I think of leverage, I think of 2014 probably, when I promoted Michael Hyatt's 5 Days to Your Best Year Ever. And I promoted it the year before, my very first affiliate promo, made $588. Many of you know that story. Well, I was his 34th largest affiliate. Well, about a week before, a month before the launch, I said, hey, can I interview Michael? And his assistant kindly responded back and said, no, Michael doesn't have time. Well, fast forward about 3 days into the launch, and I'm in like 6th place. And I messaged a friend of mine. I said, so here's the deal. Michael Hyatt originally, his assistant said no. I'm a 6th place affiliate. How do I go about this? Because I think I have leverage now. It's a different conversation. And sure enough, he had time. He found the time. And this friend of mine, she gave me some really good advice. She just said, don't come into it from like a cocky standpoint. I wasn't planning on it, but just, hey, looks like my audience is really responding to this. I think they'll respond even more if I can get Michael on the podcast. And so the other thing is, speaking at a virtual summit, if you can get that, if you can turn this into a speaking gig, it's a great way to get in front of all the people as a part of that summit. And so if you're one of the top affiliates, you'll likely get the opportunity to speak at the next summit. And even if you don't, then ask them. I mean, you don't have to be a jerk about it. Don't be like, well, I'm not going to promote you anymore. No, just say, hey, I'd really love to promote this again to my audience next year or 6 months from now, but I know I'll do even better if I'm actually a speaker. And here's what I can contribute. Here's what I can share.
I was just going to say, I was going to ask about this because we're talking about give. Now you can put me on mute, whatever. But the give. How do you actually make any money in a virtual summit?
Yeah. So the upsells, okay? So you're probably thinking like, okay, wait, I'm promoting a free event. How do I make any money? Well, here's the thing. They're going to have upsells. So typically the path that we recommend is the initial upsell is immediate access to all the presentations. Now, if you're doing it live, that's not possible, but if they're pre-recorded, you get immediate access to all the presentations. You can watch them on your own time and you have lifetime access. Whereas during the summit, typically we like to expire them after 24 or 48 hours. So you have 24 to 48 hours to watch them for free, then they're gone. So you get lifetime access immediately to all of the presentations, plus a couple of other bonuses. We call that an all access pass. All right. And so they can decline those and get all the valuable content for free. That's totally awesome. But they have that opportunity. We'll find anywhere between 3 and 6% will upsell like that immediately. Typically, we'll value that all access pass between $97 and $297, just depending upon the industry and the depth of it. But we'll offer it for between as low as or as much as 75% off. Typically, we won't go 75% off on like a $97 one that's $25. It's kind of cheap. But on a $97, we'll go down to like $47. On a $297, we might go down to $97. So that's $200 off the eventual price, 2/3 off. And so they'll get, like I said, all the interviews, maybe some other resources, transcripts, audio recordings, things like that they don't get in the regular summit. So that's the initial upsell. That's valuable if you're running the summit. That's valuable because your affiliates are seeing immediate revenue come in. So it's like if I send 1,000 people, and I convert half of them into registering, and then I convert 5% of those, and it's $100 all access pass, I'll make $2,500 like that, sending a free thing. That's pretty cool. There'll be some other back-end offers as well, a related course, other products. Again, these upsells not only provide insane amounts of value, but they also allow you the opportunity to make some commissions. And so one of the things that I would encourage you to do, speaking of bonuses, this wasn't even on our list, Robbie. Create a bonus that you can offer for people who register for the summit. And here's a very simple one you can do that requires no work on the front end. Let's just say that the new summit interviews, let's say there's 5 a day for 5 days. Just that's what Debbie, one of our clients is doing. So we'll just use her as an example. They're released every day at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Every night at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever, because hers is a parenting summit, so nighttime is going to work best. We'll say 9 o'clock, maybe even 10 o'clock Eastern. Every night at 10 o'clock, you are going to gather with the people that you referred in a private Facebook group, talk about the speakers and the lessons that day. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to pull out your journal and you're going to say, here are the top 5 things I learned. What did you learn? Share them in the chat. What were some of the big takeaways? Maybe bring on some people. Maybe do it on Zoom. Don't even do it on a Facebook group. Just do it on Zoom.
I've seen people do it before just in like a Google document where they'll have everybody share their takeaways.
Yeah, even that simple. I mean, there's one where you don't even have to commit to putting makeup on. Do it on Clubhouse. I mean, again, the limit to that right now would be that it's iOS only. But if you don't want to make yourself up and look pretty, I can tell you right now, I don't want to do these at 10 o'clock at night because I usually have taken the dog out in the cold and my hair's standing up like 6 different ways. And I'll probably be wearing a beanie, and nobody's really ever seen me publicly wearing a beanie. So
there's the reason.
Yeah, there's no reason. I don't wear them in summer. At least I'm not that guy. Or vests. One of my favorite quotes of all time is, I don't get vests. What is it? Winter on your torso and summer on your arms?
Sorry, I'm from the Pacific Northwest. Vests are a thing up here.
You get a lifetime supply of vests the moment you're born, right? You get one for every 3-month stage of your life. You come out of the womb, and the states of Washington, Oregon, Montana, and Idaho hand you an 18-year supply of vests with backups that you can purchase if one of them should tear. Where were we going with that? I don't even know. So
we're talking about bonuses for people who opt in.
Yeah. So do that. That's a super good, super awesome way to just encourage people. And again, turn these into events. That's the big thing about these summits. From a practical standpoint, some promotional tips here. Number one, don't start more than about 10 days before promoting, preferably really 7. When we teach people how to run a summit, we have what we call our 7-10-4 formula. The reason for this is it works. There's a little flexibility. I'll explain it here. That's 7 days of promotion, 10 days of summit, 4 days of the upsell at the end, promoting the higher ticket item. So that would be 7 days of promotion, then 10 days of the actual summit, then 4 days of promoting your $1,000, $2,000 course, or promoting your mastermind, or promoting whatever it is, the bigger thing that's not the all access pass that you're selling. So in that 7 days, typically that 7 days is when it'll be like 2/3 off or half off or 75% off, whatever it is, the all access pass. Then that'll go through typically the first day of the summit. So now we're within the 10, and then the next 4 days, it'll be a little bit less off. So if originally, let's say it's $297 and you drop down to $997, then it'll go to $147. So there's a deadline. And then sometime, but right before the end of the summit, it'll go up to $197 or even all the way up. So we teach that to people who are running summits, that anything more than 7 days, maybe upwards of 10 days, okay? Anything more than that before the summit starts, and we just noticed that attendance and engagement drops precipitously between the longer the time between they registered and when they attended. Really, the ideal window is about 3 days. Now, here's the problem though. If you wait until about 3 days before, it just shortens the amount of time you have to promote it. So we found that 7 days is kind of the ideal time to start. That'll look like an email 7 days before, an email probably to unopens 5 days before, an email to everyone about 3 days before, an email the day before, and an email the day of. And you find the different things like we talked about. Maybe at the beginning, you promote the whole summit. And then the next one, you're promoting a specific speaker. I'm so excited that so-and-so is speaking. Here's what I learned from so-and-so. Then 3 days before, you're talking about a theme. Oh my gosh, you have to attend the summit. On day 2, they're going to be talking all about, supplements, if it's a fitness summit or something. And then the day before, it's really more focused on like a specific theme or a specific speaker, but also with an element of scarcity. And then the day of, it's like, hey, this summit starts today. Here's what you're going to get. Sign up here. Boom, got to go. It's super quick. There's only so many ways you can say, it's today. We do recommend, if you're really serious, one after the first day. So it can be like early morning of day 2 of the summit or the night of day 1. And you just talk about how amazing day 1 was. Here's who spoke, blah, blah, blah. You still have a chance to go watch their presentations for free if you register now, and you'll be registered for the rest of the summit where all these people are speaking. We found that converts really well too. So that's what a promotional plan looks like there. Second tip, and I sort of just touched on this, but at least 2 of your emails should be about a specific theme or a specific speaker. Get really granular with your promotions. Again, it can't just be like I said earlier, buy the book, attend the summit, attend the summit. That gets old. Find some different angles. If you can get access to some of the recordings, say that. Say, hey, I got access to the recording of Robbie Miles speaking about productivity, and he talks about this Nosby. And if you've ever been confused by Nosby, Robbie will clear it all up in 30 minutes. He's the most amazing speaker I've ever heard on this topic. I don't know that being the most amazing speaker on Nosby is much of a compliment. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they've only got 700,000 users. So.
Okay, I guess it is. But it's like being the coolest Dungeons and Dragons player in high school, right? Now it's actually like nerd culture. To quote, what's his name from Parks and Recreation, Ben. He's like, dude, nerd culture's gone mainstream, man. When I was growing up, we made fun of the D&D kids. Now I know a lot of them, and they're actually pretty cool. And then last big tip here is, again, focus on the fact that it's a give to your audience. Don't talk about the all access pass. Don't even mention it in your promotion. Just focus on getting opt-ins. Focus on getting people to the registration page. They'll see the value and they'll want to register. Make it clear, who it's for and who it's not for. So if this, we'll go back to Debbie's, as an example. Hers is the Bright and Quirky, what is it called? The Bright and Quirky Child. So I've got to look up the actual name of the summit. I'm not even sure. But it's for bright and quirky kids. In other words, these are kids with, we'll use the terms that we use in the world, even though she doesn't like them. These are kids who are super intelligent, highly intelligent. Typically, their parents, they're like professors and like CEOs in Silicon Valley type people, right? But their kids have ADHD. They're on the autism spectrum. They have, what's the thing with they have sensitivity to...
sensory disorder.
Sensory disorder. Yeah. Our daughter has a friend who's like that. Like she cannot go to Chuck E. Cheese for more than 20 minutes. Either can I, for that matter.
I can't. Exactly.
I don't have sensory disorder and I can't stand that place for more than about a half hour. It's really ironic when I go though, and Chucky and I are wearing the same shoes. Red Chucks.
Not a fan of the Child Casino, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Child Casino with equally crappy food. And so where were we going with that? Oh, yeah. And so hers is about bright and quirky kids. So really play in to what that means and who that helps. If your child is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, this summit is for you. If you are, I don't know, whatever, it's not. If you think your child's perfectly normal or he's not that intelligent, then don't attend this. No, if you're a dad who blank, if you're a mom who blank, if you're a busy executive who blank, start talking about that in the copy and get people interested in this. Again, highlight specific speakers and what they talk about. Don't just say, and Marshall Smith is delivering a talk about how dads can communicate better with their children. No, talk about Marshall Smith is sharing a talk entitled How Dads Can Communicate Better with Their Children. And he shares 5 specific questions that you should ask your teenager at least once a week. I got to know, if I have a teenager, I got to know, what are those questions? There's that element of mystery. And so there's some things like that you can do in your copy that really get them excited to attend. So just focus on the free. Don't talk about the all access pass. You'll make money through their funnels if they're doing them right. So definitely find some virtual summits to promote. If you're looking for some good ones, we've got some. We recommend Debbie's, for example. We've got other clients who run virtual summits. So, and a lot of our friends. So just reach out to us and I'll be happy to recommend some. So Robbie, any last words from you about promoting virtual summits as a non-speaker affiliate?
I think one of the things to point out is it can be really fun to kind of get caught up in, there's a certain momentum that gathers around the speakers and the virtual conference or whatever you want to call it. And so let yourself get caught up in that a little bit and watch the videos, enjoy them yourself, and just having those conversations with people, it can drive out some of the monotony of everyday life too, and the marketing aspects of it. You can actually enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah. I have a hard time with this because, like everybody, I'm busy, but make some time to participate in that affiliate group and this, which again, they usually lump the speakers and the affiliates together, and have some fun in there. Like I said, connect with those people. You can get a lot of value out of these things. Connect with your audience. Attend some of the stuff if you can. Like I said, share your takeaways and create a pop-up Facebook group or a Zoom room that you're just going to meet in every night to discuss some of the lessons. It doesn't have to be a 45-minute thing. It could be a 20-minute quick Zoom room. I mean, just say that. I'm going to jump on for 20 minutes. I'm going to share my biggest takeaways from the day, and I'd love to hear a few of yours. And like you said, Robbie, we'll put them into a Google Drive doc for you as well, or a PDF that we'll make that a bonus. By the way, and that's the one part where you can then say, and by the way, guys, if you missed anything and you didn't notice there's a link to get the All Access Pass, make sure if you guys want to have lifetime access to this stuff, Debbie's offering, boom, 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 boom. So go check that out. And you just made a 30-second pitch to a very targeted audience, not the people who haven't opted in yet, a 30-second pitch for the All Access Pass. And you made it. There's value in that. So these are some things you can do to increase your sales as well.
So I hope you enjoyed that lesson there. I would love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway? What was your biggest lesson from this episode today? You can text me anytime at 260-217-4619. As always, again, you can text me anytime about anything else as well. So 260-217-4619. Also, I've got links to everything that we talked about in the show notes. The virtual summit swipe, mattmcwilliams.com/virtual swipe. We got the Swipe Files book. We got links to Your Affiliate Launch Coach at youraffiliatelaunchcoach.com. We've got all of that. And lastly, make sure you hit subscribe as always if you haven't yet, so you don't miss the next episode. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for listening today. If you know someone who would benefit from hearing this episode, make sure to share it with them. And if you have a question, you can ask it at asktheaffiliateguy.com. Questions make my best episode, and it's a great way to get featured right here on the podcast. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please take a moment to leave a rating and review. That helps others find this content so we can all benefit from it. See you soon.